Welcome to Switch Seeker. I'm Chris, and on this channel, I'm not just collecting games, I'm seeking the absolute best additions to my Switch library right here in the gaming desert of Mississippi.
'Cause I'm a switch seeker. Yeah, I'm looking high and low. From the shop list to the retail floor.
I've been glued to a controller since I was 7,
Hey, get off of me.
and if I look familiar, it's probably from my other channel, Legend of Potatoooooo. I've been creating content there since 2014. But Switch Seeker is a completely different beast. This channel isn't just about playing games, it's about finding them. It's about the road trips, the garage sales, and the struggle of collecting in Mississippi. But here's the rule of the hunt: you can't go looking for treasure if you don't know what's already in your inventory. So consider this video day 0. Before I hit the road for the 2026 hunts, I'm establishing the baseline. I'm going to walk you through every single Switch game I secured in 2025. And between all of these games, I'm going to tell you about 3 specific inspirations that led me to stop making excuses and to start this channel. I'll begin with the humble beginnings, what my shelf looked like before the Switch 2 changed everything. Let's get into it. Alright, these first 7 games are the ones I owned prior to the Switch 2's release. I own them for various reasons, and I will explain as we go. The first one in alphabetical order is Master Detective Archives Raincode by Spike Chunsoft. If you like Danganronpa, you're going to love this one. Visual novel style, murder mystery, cool little mini games, awesome good time. I streamed this on my channel, Legend of Potatoooooo, per the request of my viewer Guy K. Shout out to Guy K. You want to check out my other channel, the link's right in the description below. This is a pretty cool game. I enjoyed what I played of it. I did not complete it, but I think this is an excellent game for fans of Danganronpa. And the next one on the list is Metroid Dread. I bought this game for streaming purposes again, but I kept it because it's amazing. This is a great Metroid game, probably one of the best Metroid games ever made. It took it back to its 2D roots. I just love this game so much. I have not completed it yet, but I'm so glad I own it so that I can finish it in the near future. All right, next one on the list, Metroid Prime Remastered. I bought this one close to when the Switch 2 released because I knew that Metroid Prime 4 was going to come out at some point, and I wanted to refresh myself on the Metroid Prime series. And of course, this is the best way to do it. Metroid Prime Remastered is beautiful. It's an excellent remaster, and if you're a Metroid fan, I can't recommend this one enough, of course. So awesome, and I'm so happy I still have this for my collection. All right, next one on the list is Super Mario RPG. Now, I picked this one up because it was $19 at GameStop, and I was like, yeah, I can't pass up that. That's just too good of a deal for Super Mario RPG. And here it is. I did stream this for a little while. I really had a good time with it. It's an amazing game. Of course, I played the original back in the day. And just, wow, $19. Yay, got it in my collection. Okay, next one on the list is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Not only is this an amazing game, this game also helped me build my streaming audience over on Legend of Potatoooooo. I love this game, and when I bought this game, I started streaming it, which is right when it came out too. And lots of people started watching me stream this, and I still talk to a lot of those people today. They still come watch me stream to this day. So it is an amazing game, and I owe it a lot for my YouTube streaming success. All right, next one on the list is Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Now, I bought this game to stream as well, but I also bought it because I had to find out how Zelda, being the lead of Zelda, played out. And it played out very well, in my opinion. I think this game is really good. The mechanics with the wand creating echoes of items is awesome. I think that's just a genius mechanic and it's unique. And using those things to solve puzzles, to figure out new ways to defeat enemies, make this game much more interesting than I even thought it could be. And the last game on my list here for games I owned prior to the Switch 2's release is Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I feel Tears of the Kingdom is on par with the quality of Breath of the Wild, and I love that they added the above surface and below surface elements and the building elements too. They really did a good job of expanding the universe with Tears of the Kingdom. I also will always cherish this game because I used this as the basis for my St. Jude streams 2 years ago, and we raised over $2,000 for St. Jude. I called the campaign From Kingdom's Tears to Children's Cheers, and it was quite a success. So I'll always hold this game at high esteem, and it'll always be part of my collection. So, looking at that base collection, it's humble, but the fire to grow it, to really get out there and hunt, came from a very specific and somewhat heavy place. My first inspiration for starting Switch Seeker comes from the passing of Billy from the Game Chasers. I've been a fan of those guys since the very beginning. Watching Jay and Billy drive around, scouring flea markets and game stores. It wasn't just about the games. It was about the adventure. It was about two friends having a blast, chasing plastic cartridges like they were gold. I always watched them and thought, man, I would love to do that. But I always found a reason not to. I thought to myself, I'm too busy. There's nothing in Mississippi. It's too late to start. But looking back at Billy's legacy, the man chased his dreams. He had the time of his life with his best friend. He even made a game-chasing movie. His passing made me realize that waiting for the perfect time is a trap. The time is now. So no more excuses. That changes with the launch of this channel. I am doing this. And speaking of chasing that feeling of the past, that brings me to the next stack of games. These are the ones I bought purely because they remind me of my roots, my past loves. Let's look at the nostalgia hits. These next 10 games are what I like to call the nostalgia hits. These are games that remind me of things from my childhood, games I played in my childhood, TV shows I watched in my childhood, etc. So let's go with the first one. Castlevania Dominus Collection. This is a limited run game that they put out. This is all the Nintendo DS Castlevania games that were released. There's 3 games on here. Plus, there is a special Haunted Castle Revisited, which is the arcade version of Castlevania that has been redone for this edition. And the gameplay in this is awesome. It's Castlevania's. This is what Castlevania's all about. Classic Castlevania. Next on the list is Gargoyles Remastered. Again, limited run. Picked this one up because I was actually rewatching all the Gargoyles episodes. And I got to thinking, I wonder if there's a Gargoyles game on the Switch. And sure enough, they had remastered the old Gargoyles game from the 90s. And unfortunately, they only just put a coat of paint on this. It looks beautiful, but the gameplay is just as terrible as it used to be in the 90s. But I'm super happy to have this on my shelf because Gargoyles TV show is very, very entertaining. So super happy to have this in my collection. Next on the list, Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy. Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas are just super nostalgic games for me. Especially Vice City. I played Vice City on PC. And I used to change the soundtrack on the game because you could go in and put your own music in a folder and you could play it on the radio stations on your cars. And man, I don't know how many hours I drove around Vice City listening to Britney Spears' Toxic. It's just, there's nothing like running from the cops while listening to Britney Spears sing Toxic. I'm telling you, try it. You'll love it. Next game, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered. I grabbed this game, got it for $20 on Amazon, and I am a huge fan of the Legacy of Kain series, and Soul Reaver 1 is the first game in the series that I played. And it's just a beautiful story. The gameplay is fun. I just love these games so much. And of course, they just announced the remaster for Defiance is coming out March the 3rd. And they're putting out a brand new 2D experience on March 31st, Legacy of Kain Ascendance, which I will be all over. I'm geeking out. I'm actually going back through and playing Soul Reaver 1 right now. And I cannot be happier with the Legacy of Kain series making a comeback. And sports fans, I'm not sure if any of you ever played Looney Tunes basketball on Super Nintendo, but I did, and I played a lot of it, and I loved it. So when I seen this game, I was like, all right, I must have it. It's Looney Tunes playing basketball, soccer, golf, and tennis. This game is so disappointingly bad, though. Oh my gosh, it is one of the worst sports games I've ever played. They nail the characters and the dialogue and the voices of the characters are great, but the rest of this is just a terrible, slow, just terrible game. That's all I can say about it. But I'm glad to have it on the shelf. Another nostalgia hit: Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Rita's Rewind. I bought this game on the recommendation of Mike from Switch Addiction. Check out his channel down in the description of this video. He said this is an amazing beat 'em up, and it also has other elements, like it has a motorcycle game, some other things. It mixes up the gameplay for you, which I thought was very intriguing. Now, I used to watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers every morning before we went to school. It would be like, it'd come on at 6 in the morning where I lived, and we'd watch it. By the time it went off, I knew the bus would be imminent. The bus was either going to be 5 or 10 minutes later. So we watched this every morning when we were in school. And I remember me and my brother, Zach, used to go out on the basketball court and just do the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. It's morphin' time! Anyway, great memories come to me from seeing this game, so I'm excited to play this. Now, I've never been much of a Pac-Man fanatic, but I do appreciate Pac-Man, and when I see Pac-Man, I do get those warm and fuzzies from going to the arcade as a kid. Then they released this, Shadow Labyrinth, that has a new twist on Pac-Man, and it is a 2D Metroidvania style game. I think this game is beautiful. I think the gameplay is fun, but they do really punish you if you die. The save points in this game are really scattered out, further than even like Hollow Knight would be. So I had to slowly get away from this one, unfortunately, but I will definitely try to play it again one of these days. Here we go. This one's cool. I love the cover of this one. Shinobi Art of Vengeance. This is a limited run game as well. This is a special cover too. I picked it up. They had it on sale for a limited time, so I was excited to grab this. And I used to play Shinobi on the Sega Genesis, I believe it was, and there was an arcade version of Shinobi that I used to play. And Shinobi is just a game, this series that's been around my whole life, so I had to get it. And this is so fun. This is a 2D side-scrolling. I don't know if it's a Metroidvania. I guess you could call it Metroidvania. There is some of those kinds of elements, but so far it's been pretty straightforward. But this is one of my favorite games of last year. I love it. I've played most of it, and it is so good. So, so good. These next two have a special place in my heart, all because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are my favorite of everything of all time. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the comics, the cartoon, the movies, the music, and especially the games. This is the Cowabunga collection, and it has so many games that are cool, from a blast from the past. My favorite one is Turtles in Time. It's so fun. Oh, Turtles in Time, just a great beat 'em up game. The gold standard for beat 'em ups, if you ask me. And just super happy to have the Cowabunga collection on my shelf. And finally, we have a new installment in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles gaming sphere. This is Splintered Fate, and this game is badass. It's Hades with Ninja Turtles, and I love it. I am not much of a roguelike fan. It's just not my style of game. However, This one does it right, just like Hades does. And I am loving this game. This is one of my favorite games of 2026 as well. Love it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the win to finish off the nostalgia hits. I had the nostalgia itch scratched, but I still hadn't grasped how deep the physical Switch library actually went. That brings me to inspiration number 2. Right when I started taking collecting Switch games seriously, the YouTube algorithm blessed me. I came across a channel called Switch Addiction, specifically a video where the creator, Mike, was detailing a collection of over 400 physical games. I sat there over a period of days, watching this video in chunks, just completely blown away. That was my first real introduction to the sheer depth of the Switch ecosystem. I had no idea there were so many physical releases. But it wasn't just the number of games, it was the energy. I started watching more of his content, and I picked up that exact same vibe from Mike that I got from the Game Chasers all those years ago. It's that genuine excitement for the hunt and the love of the format. So, huge shout out to Mike over at Switch Addiction. If you are not watching him, you're missing out. I've dropped a link down in the description, so go give him a sub. But here is the problem. Watching Mike show off 400 games made me realize something embarrassing. I was missing the essentials. I was missing the face of Nintendo. So, I had to fix that immediately. Let's get into the Mario Apology Tour. Alright, I call this next 5 games the Mario Apology Tour because, as you saw before I bought the Switch 2, I didn't really have a lot of Mario games. So I have been trying to make that up ever since the Switch 2 released, and starting with Mario and Luigi Brothers Ship. I got this for $25 on GameStop during the holidays, and I couldn't be more pleased with this game. It is really, really fun, and the art style, the animations are just beautiful in this game. I had seen so much hate for this and before I got it, and I was happy to see it for $25. I don't get the hate. This is a great game. Play it if you haven't. Alright, next game. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Now, I held off on buying this game forever. And because I'm not really a big fan of strategic games, especially something like XCOM. It's never really been one of my favorite genres. However, I saw some gameplay of it. Somebody, I don't even remember who it was. I was watching on YouTube, just randomly watched it. And I'm like, man, that actually looks pretty fun. I got this for a really good price. I think it was like $10 at GameStop. And I couldn't pass it up. And I played it, and I love it. This is awesome. So, boo to me. I should have played it sooner. All right, this game is Super Mario Odyssey. And, of course, the Switch 2 upgrade made me buy this again. I sold this game immediately after I finished playing it, back when it released in 2017. I played it, took me 4 or 5 streams to get through the game, and I was done with it. I sold it on eBay. I was good. But with the upgrade for the Switch 2, I tried it again, and it just reminded me that this is a really, really good 3D platformer, and it's probably the best Mario 3D game ever been made, in my opinion. So yeah, super happy to have this in my collection. And here we go, Paper Mario. Now this is a series of games that I haven't really played a lot of. I've just dabbled with them over the years. And this one was on sale for $29 during Black Friday. And this was a no-brainer to pick up. I had been playing Color Splash on the Wii U on my streaming channel, thanks to my good friend Super Sam, who has sent me his Wii U to let me play it. I really enjoyed Color Splash, and so I'm like, well, I better get Paper Mario. Still haven't fired this up yet. The Thousand Year Door. This is considered the best Paper Mario game by many players. Although I'm excited to get into this, but I still haven't played it, but I will be soon. And the last game on the Mario Apology Tour is Super Mario Party Jamboree. I picked this up in anticipation of the Switch 2 DLC that came out for it, Jamboree TV. I have yet to pick it up, but I promise you, Mario, I will be picking it up. Super Mario Party has always been one of my favorite games. The Mario Party franchise is just epic. My favorite Mario Party game is Mario Party 5 on the GameCube. I think it's just has the best mini games and just I've had the most fun with it. But all of them are fun and exciting. Super happy to have this round off my collection for my Mario Apology Tour on the Switch 2. Okay, I have the nostalgia, and now I have the library envy. But there was one final piece of the puzzle that actually made me pull the trigger on collecting physically. It was the hardware itself. Here's a confession. Before the Switch 2, I had a fondness for the original Switch, but I was actually more of a PC gamer at heart. My Steam library is where I lived. When I did play the Switch, I was a 99% docked player.
Oh no!
I almost never took it out of the cradle. And when the Switch 2 was announced, I knew I was getting it day one. But what I did not expect was how much I would fall in love with the device once I actually held it.
Here we go!
Going back to the Switch 1 now, it feels like a toy. It feels light. But the Switch 2, this thing feels premium. It has a weight and a build quality that just got my juices flowing immediately. That premium feeling completely flipped the script for me. With the Switch 1, I was glued to the TV. But with the Switch 2, I'm rocking a solid 60-40 split. I find myself grabbing it constantly, whether I'm winding down in bed or even just sitting at my gaming desk, ignoring my PC monitors just to play handheld. It feels right. And with me loving the hardware this much, I don't just want digital files. I want a physical library to go with it. And that is why I am building this collection. And since we are talking about the new hardware, let's look at the games I own that are built specifically for it. Here's my stack of games that can only be played on the Switch 2. These are the ones I picked up that are Switch 2 only games. And my first one is Chronos, the New Dawn. I picked Chronos up because of the atmosphere. I love the atmosphere of this game. It's so spooky, and the time travel element really intrigued me. And of course, the creature designs are beautiful in this game. The combat is a little clunky, but nothing a Resident Evil game hasn't done before. So I really like this game, and I recommend it if you enjoy Resident Evil titles. All right, my next Switch 2 only copy is Dragon Quest 1 and 2, HD-2D Remake. What a beautiful game this is. It is gorgeous. I am a huge fan of the HD 2D style for RPGs like an Octopath Traveler, and now they've done that to Dragon Quest 1 and 2. It's beautiful, and this game is awesome. It's just a blast from the past, and can't wait to complete both of these games. It's gorgeous, though. If you haven't picked this up in your big turn-based RPG, this one is amazing. Now we have Octopath Traveler 0. I picked this game up because I know I'm going to love it. Haven't played it yet, but this is going to be amazing. I'm a huge fan of Octopath Traveler. So yeah, it's in my collection. Switch 2, baby, let's go. And the last game I have for you on the list of games I purchased in 2025 since the Switch 2 released is Yooka-Replaylee. I played the original Yooka-Laylee on the Switch, and it was okay. It was a bit flawed mechanics wise, and they have totally fixed that in this version of the game. Yooka-Replaylee is phenomenal. This took that game up 100 notches. Now this is a premium AAA experience. You must get this if you haven't played through it. If you like Banjo-Kazooie style games, this is for you. I am super in love with this game now. They totally redeemed themselves on Yooka-Replaylee. I've shown you my history and my inspirations. Now, let's talk about the future of this channel. As I mentioned, Switch Seeker is built on one specific challenge: hunting down physical games in the gaming desert of Mississippi. Collecting here isn't easy, but that is exactly what makes the hunt so rewarding. In fact, there's already a video waiting for you right now chronicling my first hunt in central Mississippi. I hit up 3 of the 4 remaining video game focused stores in the area, breaking down the finds and the value versus what I spent. It is the perfect primer for what this channel is about. So check that out next. I've also got my first major road trip booked. Coming up in April, I'm making a run down to the Mississippi coast. Based on my research, we are down to just 2 independent game stores in the entire state. I'm heading south to check one of them out and see if the drive to the beach is actually worth it for a collector. But I cannot be on the road every day. So, I'll also be chronicling the absolute chaos of Facebook Marketplace. I'm taking you along for the finds, the meetups, and the negotiations. If there's a deal within a 50-mile radius of central Mississippi, I'm going to find it. And finally, for when the local wells run dry, I'm starting a series on the online experience. I want to find the best places to buy when the physical hunt is fruitless. That means testing independent stores across the country that have websites, but also finally trying the staples of the community like Video Games Plus and Play Asia. I've never ordered from them before, so I'll be sharing my genuine first impressions, from shipping speed to the import process, to see if they live up to the hype. But before I start importing games from halfway across the world, I have to fix a problem right here at home. I've already apologized to Mario,
Thank you so much for playing my game.
but looking at my shelf, I realized I had completely ghosted some of Nintendo's other great Switch games. I can't call myself a Nintendo collector in 2026 without owning these 3 specific titles. Let's get into the Nintendo Apology Tour. These next 3 games are the games I'm calling Nintendo Apology Tour, which are 3 games that Nintendo released that I should have owned immediately, but as a collector now I am remedying that situation. The first game on this list is Astral Chain. Holy moly, what a game. I was falling for this game immediately playing the tutorial, and then after the tutorial, the epic anime intro hit. The animation, the music just slapped so hard. I was like, yeah, I'm in for a good experience here. Astral Chain is epic. So glad I have this one. Next one is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This game is really good. The best Kirby game of all time, in my opinion. Kirby in 3D platforming action. This is just an amazing game. I have yet to pick up the Switch 2 DLC, but I will eventually because I would like to get back to live streaming this game one of these days. And can't beat this one. I'm super happy to have this. And this one I plan on playing very soon. Pikmin 1 and 2 collection on the Switch. Now, I played the original Pikmin 1 on the GameCube. So don't get me wrong. I've played Pikmin 1. But I never got around to playing Pikmin 2. And now it's on the Switch, so I can play them both. So this year, 2026, I vow to myself that I will play through these games and complete Pikmin 1 and 2, and hopefully get to 3 and 4 next year. All right, we're in the home stretch. But before we get to the final stack, I have to mention one thing. If you enjoy the vibe here, you don't have to wait for the next hunt to hang out. I've been creating content on my main channel, Legend of Potatoooooo, where I stream and create commentary videos on all things Nintendo. If you want to catch me live or see my latest hot takes, the link is in the description. Come say hi on my next live stream. But right now, let's finish strong. We've covered the history and the essentials, but if you want to know what my actual taste in games looks like, this is the stack. These are the 9 titles that didn't need a category. They just naturally caught my attention, and I knew I had to play them. Let's look at the Caught My Eye collection. As I've been searching and finding Switch games throughout 2025, I found these to be the most interesting, and I was able to grab them. So let's go over them and see what you think. See if there's some games here you might enjoy. First one is Absalom. If you haven't played this and you like beat 'em ups and you like roguelites, this is the game for you. Absalom is so fun. It's got the classic beat 'em up gameplay and the challenge of a roguelite game. I think this is awesome. I, of course, didn't even realize it was roguelite before I bought it. But after I started playing it, I didn't care. It is fun. It is fantastic. I love the art style. I love the gameplay mechanics. This is just a smooth game. Check it out. All right, this next one is Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Now, this has 2 different games on it from the Ace Attorney Investigations series. And so far, I'm enjoying it. It's like a point-and-click adventure mystery style game. And of course, everybody knows Ace Attorney always puts out a quality mystery. I really wanted to get into this series, and I saw this one on a GameStop buy 2 get 1 free, so I decided to go ahead and take a chance on it. So far, I'm super happy with it. Now, this game I thought just was adorable and unique and just super interesting. It's called Gory Cuddly Carnage. You are a cat on a hoverboard with helicopter blades on the bottom, fighting against zombie unicorns. Yeah. If you don't want to play it by that description, I don't know what to do for you. This is just a cool game. The graphics aren't the best, but the gameplay is super fast and fun. I really like it a lot. I'm excited to play more of this one. Eventually, I will defeat this game, I'm sure, because it is just super fun to get through. All right, here we go. We have The Last Faith. Now, this one is super fun and challenging. This is something, if you like Dark Souls and you like Metroidvania style games, this is something you will like. It's got the difficulty down. It's got the awesome boss fights. It's got great battle mechanics. This is a superb game. I love The Last Faith. I didn't know much about The Last Faith until I was shopping around on another buy 2 get 1 free sale on GameStop, and I grabbed it on a whim, and man, I'm happy I did. This is fantastic. All right, this game here, I love this series so much. Octopath Traveler 1 and 2 bundle. They sold this one exclusively over in Europe and Asia, from what I understand, and I wanted it. As soon as I learned of this, I was like, yeah, I need the Octopath Traveler games back in my life. Because I bought the original that came out, and I loved it. I just never got around to finishing it, and I ended up selling it. But now that I could buy them both on the same cartridge, I couldn't pass it up. And I've already put 30 more hours into Octopath Traveler, and I've got so many more hours to put into these games. Oh yeah, this game is fantastic. Octopath Traveler series just knocks it out the park with turn-based RPGs. All right, here we have Oxide Room 104. I was looking for some scary games, and this one caught my eye. It's an indie game, and you are being held captive by a doctor inside of a hotel. And the very beginning of the game, you're trying to figure out how to escape a bathroom. And I was already like, all right, escape room puzzles, a madman chasing after you, horror game is right up my alley. Oxide Room 104 is super cool. I like this one a lot. All right, this one, I played the demo for the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown back before the game released, and I did a little review on it, and I really enjoyed this game. But I never did pick up the full version for one reason or the other. The Metroidvania style, I really like how you can log things that you find that you're not able to get past yet, obstacles and stuff that you don't have the abilities to get past. You can log them on your map, and once you find that abilities, it's easy for you just to go right back to that spot. So it saves you a little bit of getting lost and getting found, little searching around type situations in a Metroidvania. I thought that was a really cool idea. But the gameplay is fantastic. It's Prince of Persia style. I mean, it's fast paced. Can't beat Prince of Persia. All right. I do not like farming sim games. I do not like farming on video games. I don't want to farm anything. But this game, Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, does it right. They give you access to the NPCs to do most of your farming for you, which I appreciate greatly. But on top of that, they added a great action game to that element. So you go out and do some fighting and killing, and then you come back and you can have a fresh carrot or potato when you're done. This is a beautiful game, Guardians of Azuma. It also has a Switch 2 edition, which I did upgrade to. I bought this one this is one of the first games I bought for the Switch 2, actually. I picked this one up the day of release. I had it pre-ordered through Best Buy. I love Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma. It's the only Rune Factory game I've ever played, so maybe I'll try the other ones at some point. And the last one in this set is Unicorn Overlord. I initially looked at this game after a friend recommended me to check it out because it was on sale for $25. He said, "Oh, you got to play this." And I looked at it. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't like all these maps and strategic battle looking situations. But I told him, I said, you know what? I'll see there's a demo. I will try out the demo. I tried out the demo and I liked it a lot. This has got some fun gameplay. The tactical strategy parts of it are actually the main elements, and the battles are automatic, which I think is fantastic. So that way I can feel more like a coach, and I'm just trying to make sure my team's in the right position to win instead of me having to do all the battling and all the strategy. This game made it a little easier for me. And it's also just beautiful. The story so far has been pretty fun. And it's just a beautiful game, man. Beautiful game to finish off this list. And there you have it. That is the foundation. From the nostalgia trips to the games that caught my eye, this is exactly what the collection looked like the moment 2025 ended. But this is just the starting line. We have a lot of miles to cover in 2026. We've got the coast trip coming up, the Facebook Marketplace chaos, all on the hunt for hidden gems in the gaming desert of Mississippi. If you want to ride shotgun for the adventure, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'd love to have you along for the ride. But before I go, I want to leave you with one thought. I mentioned earlier that I waited years to start this kind of channel. But if this video proves anything, it's that you can build something you love in 6 months if you just start. So, if there's a project you've been putting off, or a collection you wanted to build, let this be your sign. Don't wait for the perfect time. Just pick up the controller and go. I'm Chris, this is Switch Seeker, and I will see you on the next hunt.